Okay, so I just read a really amazing article by someone named Kara-Leah Grant, and it's about, I guess, the supposed Kundalini Awakening. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know if it's Kundalini. All this stuff was kind of new to me. But at any rate, if you're wondering why I have a lovely matrix playing in the background, you know what? I think I'll pause it right here for a few reasons, but mainly because I don't want copyright strikes and I don't want to have to take this down. But there is symbolism with the movie The Matrix. Those of you who've seen it, I'm sure you're very familiar. Those of you who haven't, what are you waiting for? The correlations just, they're endless. Especially anybody who's experienced an awakening. I know a lot of people, they kind of are on their way. They haven't yet. Like I have a relative, she's like, yes, I'm awake, but she still watches CNN. You know what I mean? So anyway, getting back to the subject at hand. Kundalini Awakening. Basically, I kind of shared with a friend something that I went through about a year and a half ago, and they kind of told me that they believed that that's what I had experienced. And it made me very curious to research it more for myself, I guess. Especially if someone says that they're quite sure that's the heater, don't worry about that. That's what they think you've experienced. So, yeah. And I know I am not the most tech savvy. I'm definitely not going to win one of those awards for having like the best YouTube presentation of my videos, but that's okay because I'm a huge fan of the channel Infinite Waters Diving Deep. And Ralph Smart says now is the time to share. Even if you don't think your videos or whatever, your blog or what your Facebook page is as good as someone else's, or Facebook group may not have as many people as someone else's, just do it anyway because you never know. It's all about the message. Someone might benefit from your message. So just wanted to say that. It's all about the message. So anyway, Kundalini Awakening. I actually want to also do another video. I'm probably going to do a few. There might be like a part 3, part 4, part 10. I don't know. Because it's like pretty much really defined my existence since I've experienced it. And I think it's different for people who know about it before they experience it. Or I can't imagine somebody like wanting to experience it and just being like, yeah, this is great. I don't know if me having known about it before experiencing it would have changed. But I am actually going to do, I guess, another clip where I will kind of read along with the article, like on my laptop, because this woman, it's like we had very, very similar experiences. And I can tell you, like, even though it's not like verbatim, like exact same places and times, the gist of it is, and a lot of people think, oh, well, I had an awakening and I kind of, this weird thing happened to me and I don't know if I had it. If you have it, see, I can't tell you whether or not you have or had not. Only really you can, because you have to search inside yourself for the truth. But I knew as I was experiencing it, as someone who was raised Christian, I just felt like, at first I felt like it was like God telling me things, just revealing all these revelations, but at the same time, I also felt like there was a sense of evil, or the devil, or whatever, evil force, trying to take the revelations away from me, or say you don't need to know that, or you shouldn't know that, or well, now that you know that, what are you going to do with it? It was this constant kind of like battle, kind of. And then I wondered, well, because a lot of people who are Christians, they don't really believe in opening your third eye, and a lot of the Eastern kind of, spiritual beliefs and things like that. And I just prayed, God, if you want me to have my third eye opened, open it for me. If you don't, then I don't want it open. Because, you want something that God doesn't want you to have. You're dancing in dangerous territory there. We know a certain angel came from a certain place, wanted to have more than what God wanted him to have. You don't want to go there. But I just prayed because part of me wanted it open, but I also kind of didn't, because at this point, like, I'm opening up. I'm not completely awake, but I'm stirring, and I'm just seeing how, like, Satan really is the god of this world, and how he just has his stamp and his fingerprint on so much stuff. And I'm watching a lot of truther videos, and I'm watching the videos about just, you name it. And even though I was educating myself, when I was done watching the videos, I just noticed how I felt. It wasn't just what I was thinking. It's like I felt anxious. I felt fearful. I felt like worried. I felt like, well, oh my gosh, what happens next? What are we going to do? What am I going to do? Almost kind of hopeless, if you will, like wanting to do something, but not, being sure what to do. And that's where I kind of get back to, like, how I say it's very important to balance your intake, especially if you do a lot of research on YouTube clips and whatnot. Now, the videos that I watch, I make sure that when I watch them, that they make me feel at peace or calm or empowered, or even if it's determination or focus or drive or fortitude, that I'm not just left with like this energy of kind of being overwhelmed or fear or whatever. And that's how you can tell a lot of the truther channels, the real ones from the shills. It's all about the energy and the intent they put behind their words and the images and what they say. So anyway, kind of went off on a rant there on a tangent. I had done that. I had not been able to sleep. I had done it, and I'll just talk about, like, give kind of a brief overview, and I guess I can do more in depth and talk about the aftermath, like, another time, when I go along with the article, and I will put a link to the article in the description. But I just remember it being like, after sensing this intense fear, this intense knowledge that there is just evil in this world, even though it's so beautiful, and it's something just trying to take it away, all the beauty and enjoyment out of life, or trick people or manipulate people into not being able to enjoy it to their fullest potential. I remember I woke up the next morning and I was just had this kind of thought, like this, just kind of like this release. And they say, like, release specifically, like, it starts at the base of your spine, it comes up. I don't remember all that, but I do remember thinking, life is so beautiful. How could I ever let anybody rob me of enjoying the beauty of life? Like, it was almost like that movie American Beauty, like, so much beauty in the world, it's like you just want to, like, ugh. And then I just remember feeling like euphoria. I just wanted to look at every single plant, blade of grass outside. If a little fly landed in my window, I wanted to admire the way he looked, even though I hated flies and thought they were the most vile, disgusting beings ever made. Had no idea why God would even put them on the earth. I looked at it, I looked closely and saw that it was beautiful, like vivid, like metallic, shimmery, iridescent, like blues and greens. And the fly was just like feeling my energy, that I'm like not just searching for something to swat it with. I just think it's insignificant. I'm gonna kill it. Like, the fly like spread its wings. It was literally like voguing for me. I remember I'm like, is everybody else experiencing this right now? Like, I went on my Instagram and it just looked like all I saw were like people smiling and happy, and then I saw videos of just people just, it was comedic, like everything. It was just this literally like sense of euphoria. Saying euphoria is putting it mildly. And I kind of wanted to go outside, but I didn't. So I kind of just looked out my window to see if I would see maybe other people like dancing and running up and down the streets. And I just felt this complete sense of calm. almost to the point where I thought, okay, maybe no evil exists in the world. Like maybe someone killed Satan, maybe someone killed the devil. I don't know. Like I just really was like, are no more wars going on? Is it going to be heaven on earth soon? Oh my gosh. And then as I started to come down off this high, and I can't tell you like how long it lasted, I started to realize, okay, it's not, because I even went through a minute where it was like everything was just funny. Like I was just getting jokes like left and right. Like everything I had been, or almost everything, lots of things I've been wondering about, I just got like, jokes about them, and it was like funny. Like, and then as you come down, you're kind of like, okay, and you realize, okay, the world isn't perfect. There's still evil in the world. And then you're like, but who is the source of the evil and why? Why do they want to rob us, the inhabitants of this earth, of being able to just appreciate the beauty and appreciate joy and life and laughter? And why does there have to be war and this and that?